Hello, and thank you so much for joining us today to learn more about Terry Naturally Animal Health products. We're going to be focusing on our equine friends today. We're going to talk about products for horses. My name is Cheryl Myers, and I'm the Head of Scientific Affairs and Education for Europharma, which is the parent company of Terry Naturally Animal Health. I've worked in integrative healthcare for about 20 years now, and before that I worked in mainstream medicine. I've been fortunate enough to have been interviewed by some prestigious organizations like the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, the LA Times, and Prevention Magazine. I believe that the most optimal health outcomes, whether they are in human beings or in our companion animals, occur when we weave together the best that all of scientifically validated interventions have to offer. Some of those might lay in the realm of exercise physiology. Some of those may lay in the realm of dietary changes. Some of those may lay in the realm of dietary supplements that can make a real difference in health. Now, our company was originally founded, we originally worked with human beings, and we do have a line of products called Terry Naturally that are sold in independent pharmacies and health food stores across America and in about 25 different foreign countries. Our products are scientifically based and validated. Our company has won 99 awards and counting over the 10 years since it's been founded. And we are dedicated to responsible and ethical business practices, and we want to help support the independent retailer. We do not sell in mass market. We are not interested in going that route. Our products are well known, and some of them include Curcumin, which is a pain reliever for occasional muscle pain due to exercise and overuse. Curamed, which is our highest potency curcumin product, which is the most clinically studied enhanced absorption curcumin in the world with over 50 studies, 22 of them human clinical trials, and Angziocalm, which was developed by the Hungarian Academy of Sciences based on endocannabinoid science, and it's a phytocannabinoid found in echinacea that has been shown to be very useful for anxiety and occasional stress. So we were originally looking at products from the standpoint of human chemistry and being able to sell them to human beings to help support their health. So what we found, though, is that every single week, there's not a week that passed where we didn't have people calling in asking us, well, if I want to use Curcumin in my dog, can I use it? If I want to use Curcumin in my horse, can I use it? Can I use Angziocalm in my German Shepherd? Can I use, can I use some of these other ingredients in my quarter horse? We kept getting these questions all the time, wanting to use products that were based on human science for use in pets. And isn't that a little bit ironic? Because people are already using our products for pets, and very often in the human world, products are tested on animals first, and then those results are extrapolated to human health and welfare. This is an instance where the products are tested on human beings, and in some instances extrapolating the benefits for a canine and equine companion. So because of this, and because we were getting wonderful feedback on our array of products, we decided to create a line specifically for animals with more directions with regards to dosing, indication. We developed delivery systems to help with animals, some of our chewable offerings, some of the equine offerings are pellets. And there's also now an industry organization that supports responsible formulation and marketing of health products for animals, and we follow those guidelines in preparing our products for sale. And that organization is called the National Animal Supplement Council. This provides guidance on quality labeling and product claims. So we have passed a review and an audit by the NASC, so now you will be seeing the quality seal of the NASC, on all of our Terry Naturally Animal Health products. So we're very proud of being able to make this achievement with the launch of our animal health line. But as promised, today we're going to be talking about horses, especially skin, joints, and muscles, joints and workout support, and curcumin for horses. So we'll go through some of the products that were developed with our equine companions in mind. This is a picture of a gentleman that works in our downstairs in our sales division, and his horse Lucky. One of the things that I love most about working with the development of these products for Terry Naturally Animal Health is that we have so many people that work in our company that are absolutely passionate and knowledgeable about our animal companions. So the United States has the largest percentage of horses in the world. There's around 10 million horses in the United States, and the states with the most horses are Texas, California, Florida, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Ohio, and Missouri. There's about 4.6 million Americans that work either directly or indirectly in the horse industry. By far, recreational horses make up the largest portion of the horse industry. But there are some common conditions that are affecting horses for which we have some interventions that can be extremely useful. The first one being Curamax. So Curamax was formulated because people were using Curcumin, which has the 4 clinically studied ingredients, for human health, and then they were applying those dosages for horses. It was expensive, it was difficult to administer. And so we developed that same formulation of curcumin, Boswellia, GLP, and nanokinase in a pelletized form. Originally, we sold it in a powder, but what our customers were saying is that the powder tended to drift down to the bottom of the trough, and it was they felt like there was some waste because the horse would only eat the powder that was attached to the feed. By turning it into pellets, we have far less waste. Now, in a published trial in the Journal of Equine Veterinary Science, they found that the combination of curcumin and Boswellia helps to support healthy exercise recovery in young range horses. Both curcumin and Boswellia support a healthy inflammatory response. The DLPA works a little differently. It helps support the central nervous system through the inhibition of certain enzymes that degrade endorphins and enkephalins, which are the animal's own natural response, their own natural ability to suppress pain signals and keep them active in the body longer. Nanokinase is an enzyme that promotes circulation, especially microcirculation. And as you may well know, especially when you're dealing with the joints of a horse, they are fed by an outside distribution of a spiderweb network of tiny capillaries around the joint capsule. So, you don't have direct circulation to the joint of the horse, because if a blood vessel went right into a horse's joint, whenever they bent their leg, they would cut off circulation. So Mother Nature created a workaround, as Mother Nature often does, and so she encapsulates these articulate joints, these movable joints, in a capsule. And on the outside of the capsule is the spiderweb network of capillaries, and the nutrients enter into the joint capsule via a process of passive diffusion. And that's also how they carry away waste materials. So by making sure that you're supporting healthy microcirculation, you see an enhanced delivery specifically of these very important nutrients to the areas where they may be needed most. Now, we use a unique curcumin. We know that there's a lot of companies out there that are using garden variety curcumin or maybe even turmeric, and that can be confusing to your customers because they use these words curcumin and turmeric interchangeably. Well, they're not the same thing. Turmeric is a wonderful plant, a fabulous spice, and if you like it, I hope you use it every day. But there's very little curcumin in turmeric. It's only about 2% to 5% of turmeric is actually curcumin. So when we look at the published studies, whether on horses or human beings, when we look at those published studies, they had to take the curcumin out of the turmeric in order to concentrate it to a level where it reaches its highest level of efficacy. Now, the problem with both turmeric and curcumin, there's another challenge. The secondary challenge is the fact that they're not very well absorbed. And there are things that you can do to boost absorption. And a lot of them are a little Frankenstein in nature. They will use synthetic solvents to boost absorption. They'll use harsh compounds that are extracted from black pepper to try to boost absorption. There's a lot of ways that people try to get more curcumin into the bloodstream. The form that we use is called BCM95 curcumin, and our curcumin uses compounds only from the turmeric plant, so there's no Frankenstein ingredient. It uses turmeric essential oil in a special patented process to boost the absorption of curcumin by about 700%, which is significant. So you don't have to megadose in order to get the same level of health benefits. Now, remember I said it uses turmeric essential oil, so it really is not a single ingredient formula. When we talk about our curcumin, it's actually curcumin plus the compounds that are captured in the essential oil distillation from the turmeric plant that you don't find in any other curcumin. And one of those, and one of the most dominant one of those in essential oil, is called AR turmerone, which has its own independent health benefits, including supporting a healthy inflammatory response and healthy cellular development. And as a result of using these two together, we see not only better absorption, but a potentiation of the benefits of curcumin even after absorption, so that it stays active and vigorous and ready to go in the bloodstream longer. So this is one of the backbone ingredients in Curamax. The other backbone ingredient is our unusual Boswellia. Now, Boswellia is an herb that sometimes is called frankincense. Usually it's called frankincense when you're talking about incense or essential oil, when it's used for perfume. In fact, frankincense is a folk name. It means the true incense or the best incense. And there's a lot of religious organizations that continue to use frankincense in their services today. However, when you're talking about its use orally as a supplement, if you are following along with Ayurvedic practices, and Ayurveda is the oldest system, one of the two oldest systems of medicine in the world today that's still in practice, the other being traditional Chinese medicine. Sometimes they argue a little bit back and forth of which one came first, but let's just say that they've both been around for millennia. The Ayurvedic preparation is an oral extract. It is not an essential oil. So when we look at frankincense, they usually reserve that name for the essential oil, and then they call the oral extract Boswellia. The highest level of work done on Boswellia, both veterinary and clinically in human beings, has been in a species of tree called Boswellia serrata. So it's important to know your species, and it's also important to know the standardizations. Now, the active compounds in Boswellia are called boswellic acids, and they make up a family. And like all families, some of the family members are overachievers and some of them are underachievers. The overachievers in our Boswellia family are called AKBA, A-K-B-A, acetyl-keto-11-beta boswellic acid. Please don't memorize that. AKBA is so much, AKBA is so much easier to remember. Now, AKBA is the heavy lifter. It's not the only beneficial member of the boswellic acid family, but it is certainly the heavy lifter. So you want to make sure you have plentiful amounts of the heavy lifter. Unstandardized Boswellia can have as little as 1% AKBA. Ours has a minimum of 10% naturally occurring AKBA, never spiked. Now, in addition to that, there's a compound in Boswellia that's not very beneficial. It's the underachiever of the family, and it's called beta-boswellic acid. Now, beta-boswellic acid actually is pro-inflammatory, and so we want to minimize the content as much as possible. Unstandardized Boswellia has around 20 to 22% beta-boswellic acid. Ours has less than 5%, so it is uniquely purified to tamper down this particular compound that can be problematic. As a result, it very robustly enhances the health benefits of this form of Boswellia. So those two together are the heavy lifters in our Curamax formulation for horses. The other two, the DLPA and nattokinase, while extremely important, are more the backup singers. They are not the main focus. This is extremely useful for horses who are having problems with joint stiffness, discomfort, if they have muscle pain. You will be absolutely amazed at the results that you get with this product. And it doesn't take very long. Most people see a result or a change within about the first week of use. That doesn't mean that's the highest level of efficacy you're going to achieve. I'm just saying that you'll generally notice some benefits very quickly, but the benefits improve with continued use. Now let's move on from a pelletized formula to a topical cream. And this is our Comfrey cream for joints, muscles, and skin. Now, Comfrey has been around for a long time as well, but Comfrey has a problem. Comfrey has naturally occurring compounds called PAs, pyrrolizidine alkaloids, that are liver toxic. So in folk use, a lot of times they'd use Comfrey leaves topically and create poultices and such, but the use of Comfrey teas caused a lot of liver dysfunction and liver problems in the United States, and as a result, the companies were told not to sell oral Comfreys, but topicals were still allowed. But people were still a little skeptical and a little bit cautious about using Comfrey creams, because even though they aren't being swallowed, we all know that skin absorbs things, especially if you've got a scratch or something. And so as a result of that, you don't see as much Comfrey cream in use. However, the company we work with is based in Germany. They're called Harris Pharma, And if you ever want to take a little 4-minute vacation, just do YouTube Comfrey Cream Harris Pharma, Harras, or the form of comfrey that they grow, which is called trauma plant comfrey. And they'll show you, it's a lovely little video showing the growing and the harvesting of these lovely flowers. They're little purple flowers. They're grown in, of all places, a monastery that specialized in growing herbs for medicinal use for centuries. This is a unique strain of comfrey that does not contain any PAs. So that means if you rub it on your horse and you rub it on their skin, you do not have to worry about there being a problem with absorbing any of the pyrrolizidine alkaloids. So, and if you, I don't know that they would ever be in this situation, but if for any reason, if you left a tube out on the horse, chewed on it, or anything, any kind of oral exposure is also very safe because it does not contain those liver toxins that we have to be careful about. So this herb has been used for a very long time. I'm not very reductionist. I'm sure there's lots and lots of ways in which we're going to continue to discover how comfrey is so beneficial. But some of the 3 desired key compounds that we know perform are the allantoin, the rosmarinic acid, and the choline. It is grown in Germany with no chemical pesticides or artificial fertilizers. It's free of the PAs, and it is an absolute must-have for rubbing on joints, muscle, and skin. Now, that unique Boswellia spray that I was discussing with you earlier has also been used in some topical applications for after-workout leg spray. So if you have a horse that needs to have a little bit of extra support after workout, this is safe and effective for every single day use. It's our unique Boswellia that is in an olive oil base with both menthol and camphor that increase circulation. And when you increase circulation, you nourish those muscles, you nourish those joints better, and so you get faster recovery and ready to go at it again. If you need more intensive Boswellia topically, we also have a balm that is in a base of sesame and coconut oils that you can use topically for muscles and joints as well. So mostly the Boswellia spray is extremely easy to use. You just spritz, rub a little bit, done. The Boswellia balm takes a little bit more massage, but I love both of them. It just depends upon your specific preference. All right. Well, I thank you so much for spending time today to learn more about Terry Naturally Animal Health and to learn more about the products in our equine line. I hope that this information has been beneficial for you and has been able to provide you with some answers to any questions you may have. If you have any questions further that I did not answer in this short educational video, I hope you will contact us at Terry, it's just abbreviated TNAnimalhealth.com. So just go to www.tnanimalhealth, all one word, .com. We would be glad to answer any questions for you or provide any additional information you need on any of our equine line of products. If you are also interested in canine products, we'd be glad to provide you with information on that as well. Well, thank you for taking time out of your busy day. Thank you for all that you do in support of our animal friends. And until we meet again, good health to you. Bye-bye.